Hello everyone, welcome back to the POPSICLE KNIGHT channel. My name is Joseph and today we'll be talking about Donphan from Vivid Voltage. But before that, please don't forget to leave a like to this video, hit that thumbs up, and consider subscribing to this channel. And for all of you who have been watching my videos, thank you so much for all your support. I really do appreciate it. And please share this content. So let's get started. Donphan has 150 HP with 2 attacks. The first one is Earthquake. This one deals 120 base damage, and this attack also does 20 damage to each of your own benched Pokemon. This effect is actually very desirable to this particular deck build, because most of the attacks we'll be using will continue to increase based on how much damage counters are on our Pokemon. This is one of few decks that you would actually like damage counters inflicted on your own Pokemon, so Donphan really helps out in this regard. But most notably, for just 1 energy, it will be dealing 120 damage. And this can easily knock out a Pikachu and Zekrom tag team in 1 hit because it is hitting for weakness. And its second attack could come in handy if you don't want any more damage to your benched Pokemon, but it does only deal 90 damage for 3 energy. It is a little underwhelming, but it's better than nothing. But its pre-evolution is actually very important for the composition of this deck. Phanpy only has 70 HP, and we're actually going to just focus on its second attack, Strike Back. For 1 fighting and 1 colorless, this attack will do 30 damage times the number of damage counters on this Pokemon. I've actually seen players just use Phanpy by itself, and they would just use Cape of Toughness to increase its HP to 120, which is pretty good actually, but that will not be my strategy for this particular build. Instead, I will be utilizing the Memory Capsule tool card to actually equip it onto Donphan so that it can use Phanpy's attack. This way, Donphan will have more than 1 attack option, and by evolving, we technically increase its overall HP and attack power as well. So Donphan will be able to use Earthquake, dealing damage to our own Pokemon, and once we accumulate enough damage counters on our Donphans, we can then use Memory Capsule to use Phanpy's attack, Strike Back. And if we maximize the damage counter on Donphan up to 14, multiply that by 30, the damage will be 420. And Donphan should actually be able to 1-hit KO any VMAX with just 12 damage counters on it. So this is an extremely powerful Pokemon that gives up only 1 prize card and requires minimal energy to attack. So this is a very good card. Also in this deck, this particular Pokemon synergizes well with Donphan's Earthquake, Steelix V. With 250 HP, this Pokemon has 2 attacks, but we're just going to focus on its first attack, Raging Hammer. For 1 metal and 1 colorless energy, this attack will do 30 base damage and an additional 10 more damage for each damage counters on it. Since this attack, just like Phanpy's Strike Back, relies on damage counters on its user, Steelix V actually would not mind receiving damage each time Donphan uses its Earthquake attack. However, we will be using Cape of Toughness specifically for Steelix V. This way we can increase its HP up to 300. And if we maximize the damage counters on Steelix, it can deal up to 320 damage. So really, Steelix V will be our tank or wall for this deck because it can survive a lot of hits, but in effect, your opponent will be helping it to increase its attack power. But we also have Martial Arts Dojo, so that any of our Pokemon that has a basic fighting energy attached to them, their attack will increase, adding 10 more damage, and if we are behind on prices, it will increase even more, adding 40 damage to our attacks. For good measure, I've added in a 1/1 line of Forretress for its double KO attack. It is a bit expensive to pay out, but for 2 metal and 2 colorless energy, both active Pokemon will be knocked out. In other words, Forretress will get knocked out along with your opponent's active. Since we are using metal energies in this deck anyways, we might as well include this one. And this is actually a really great way in securing your wins. You'll see what I mean after you watch the gameplay footage. And it is worth noting its pre-evolution Pineco. It has the attack Iron Defense. You flip a coin, and if it's heads, prevent all damage to this Pokemon. If you have nothing else, this could be a good way to stall a turn or 2 if you can flip those heads. So Donphan, Steelix V, and Forretress will be our main attackers. As for their support, I've added in Jynx with the ability Ominous Posture. This one allows you to move 1 damage counter from one Pokemon to another. This one really comes in handy sometimes because that 1 damage counter could mean your Pokemon's survival or its defeat. And having this one on our team allows us to have some control on the damage our Pokemon receives. Especially this deck centers its mechanics on damage counters. Next is Mew with the bench barrier ability. While there is danger of this Pokemon getting knocked out because of Donphan's Earthquake, there will be some instances that all of your Pokemon could easily get knocked out because they already have a lot of damage on them, especially when facing off against deck builds that focus on or have Pokemon that specializes in dealing bench damage. So with this, at least you could extend your Pokemon's survivability by preventing splash damage from your opponent. Oricorio-GX is a real staple for one price card decks because if our Pokemon gets knocked out, its ability Dance of Tribute will allow us to draw 3 cards. So this one is really good for consistency. And speaking of consistency, I also have Jirachi for its Stellar Wish ability, which allows us to get a trainer card from the top 5 cards of our deck. As for items, I have Energy Spinner. This one is important because we are dealing with 2 types of energy, and we may need this for searching out a specific energy we need. We also have Energy Switch, Ordinary Rod, and Potion. This one is also very relevant in controlling our HP. Potion is the best option in my opinion because we don't want to heal too much HP because we need that for our attack, but heal it just enough to secure a momentary survival for our Pokemon. Next up is Quick Ball and Switch. This is important also because most of our Pokemon have 4 retreat costs, so this really comes in handy to move our Pokemon across the board. Moving on to support, Bird Keeper is really useful too because of the switching aspect of this card, but also we get to draw 3 cards. We also have Boss Orders, Cynthia Caitlin, and Guzma and Hala. Guzma and Hala is really good because this one allows us to get our Stadium, Memory Capsule, or Cape of Toughness Special Energy when we need it. And we also have Marnie and Professor's Research for consistency, and Sonia. As for energy, I included Coding Energy in this deck to remove Steelix V's weakness, allowing it to survive fire attacks. Stone Energy is also here to reduce damage received by Donphan, Twin Energy specifically for Forretress, and finally our basic Fighting and Metal Energy. The composition of this Donphan deck requires constant attention because you don't want to mistakenly knock out your own Pokemon, because you will lose the game if you do this too much. But overall, this deck is a powerhouse and has the potential to go against tier 1 decks. But enough talk, let's see some gameplay. Okay, so our opponent will go first. And we are gonna put our Steelix V into the active. And we have Jynx. We're not gonna put that just yet because as we deal more damage to our bench once we set up our Donphan, we really don't want any other Pokemon in the bench taking damage needlessly. Okay, so our opponent has Jirachi and they're active right now. We gotta switch, and they're gonna put a energy on Jirachi. And we have our Cape of Toughness, and we're gonna use Marnie to get new cards for our hands, and that could possibly have disrupted our opponent. And right now we're just gonna put that Twin Energy on Steelix V, although it is not gonna apply for those 2 energies. It's gonna give 1, but at least we are fulfilling that colorless energy for that attack. So all we need is some metal energy to get it attacking basically. And so we are facing maybe against ADP Zacian, I'm guessing. That box actually is the ADP Zacian deck. I'm guessing this is the deck for it. So for our next turn, we could use Professor's Research, maybe. And the Meowth is all set up. Okay, our opponent's just gonna Marnie us, so we're gonna have to rethink our strategy here. Okay, that's actually really good. We got our 2 Phanpys, and there goes our opponent's ADP, Guzma and Hala. Yeah, So this is going to be a really close call. Again, if our opponent gets that ADP GX attack, if they knock out our Phanpy or Donphan, even though it's supposed to be a one prizer, you know, all they need to knock out is basically 3 of those, and then they could just win the whole game. So this is going to be a really tough battle. I don't know how we're going to fare with this one, but we're going to do our best. So I'm thinking here, since our Steelix V is already set up, it has 300 HP right now with that Cape of Toughness. All it needs is a Steel Energy, or a Metal Energy. And it can tank a Zacian V attack even after Altered Creation. So Zacian is going to be doing 260 damage, but we can tank that. So we will put, I think, just one Phanpy for now, so that we'll have a card to discard with Cynthia and Caitlin, and we can get this Marty from our discard pile. And there's our Metal Energy. Let's just attach that to Steelix V and do some chip damage on this Jirachi. And we already have our martial arts dojo set up. So our opponent's gonna use Jirachi Stellar Wish. They're gonna get Metal Saucer. You know, very typical of an ADP Zacian deck. So it accelerates the energy really quickly. Okay, they're gonna use Guzma and Hala. And they get a Big Charm and Aurora Energy. Okay, so they have 2 energies on Zacian already, and they have that extra HP on it. Now we're dealing with a 250 HP Zacian V, and they're gonna be setting up that Meowth so that they can evolve it into Galarian Berserker. And with that, actually, Zacian V will now can potentially do 270, 60, 70, 280 damage after they do Altered Creation. So I want to prevent that from happening as much as possible. So let's see if we can prevent our opponent from hitting for that Altered Creation. So we're gonna Marnie. Hopefully that will disrupt them. And let's set up this Pineco. And we're gonna use Energy Spinner to get Metal Energy to start setting it up. The Phanpy Donphan lines, I'm not too worried about setting up for its energy because they only need 1 or 2. So that's gonna be our Phanpy Donphan line. The only one that really requires a lot of energy is Pineco. That well, that's the plan, is to evolve it into Forretress. And our opponent just decides to do Altered Creation. So let's evolve this into Donphan. And Ordinary Rod can just stay there, so I don't want to switch any of our other Pokemon. Let's just Raging Hammer and knock out this Jirachi. At least that will our opponent will no longer be able to use that ability. So they promote their Zacian V. They will attack our Steelix V, but it will survive, and that's actually gonna buff up our Steelix V. And let's see, if it hits for 250 damage, so we will be hitting Zacian V for 280. Yeah, so we should be able to knock out this Zacian V if they attack our Steelix V with their Zacian. they do Marnie us, and we get Bird Keeper, Steel Energy. Okay, we got that coating energy for our Forretress. So they do decide to attack. So now we have 250 damage. So we will be able to hit for 280 damage, and we can knock out this Zacian V. So yeah, let's just put that coating energy instead, and we can just knock out this Zacian V. They don't have any other Pokemon that has energies on them, so we're looking good so far. And we get another Donphan off of that, and a potion. You know, I just thinking about it though, Steelix V can actually knock out that ADP for 280 damage. That's crazy. I wish we had that boss to order now. Could just knock it out. Okay, they're gonna Marnie. You know, I'm pretty sure our opponent is aware of that. They're probably looking for another energy so that they can knock out our... Yeah, there's their Metal Saucer. And I think if they have a energy switch, or maybe if they don't, that might be something that they might look for in their next turn. That way they can knock out our Steelix V. But you know what? We've taken care of their main attacker. So let's just move on. We are gonna evolve into Donphan. So we have 2 all set up. We're gonna keep energizing our Pineco Forretress line. We're gonna use Cynthia and Caitlin so we can get more cards in our hand and get that Marnie back into our hand. Let's see. We can put this memory capsule on our other Donphan, and we have energy switch. So we don't really need Jynx. Okay. Yeah. Wait. I don't think we need to reallocate that. Let's just attack and knock out this this monkey. Yeah, there's no reason to reallocate it, because regardless, we are only removing one damage counter from Steelix V, and there's no way we can save it. And there's the energy for our opponent's ADP, and they will knock out this. They'll knock out our Steelix V, and then they're gonna be able to energize their Zamazenta V. But we're okay with that because we don't have any VMAX, and Zacian V is only gonna be hitting for 130 damage, so even our Donphans can actually survive that. So here I'm just gonna put Pineco in the active. We have 30 cards left, and after using Oricorio, let's just attach an energy on Pineco, and I'm hoping by using this Professor's Research we're gonna get a Forretress to double KO and win this game. Oh my god. There's a Forretress. So we're gonna use double KO on this ADP and win this game. So there you have it. We barely used Donphan, but with Steelix V we definitely came up on top against this tier 1 deck. So really good game. Alright, so moving on to this next game. We lost the coin flip, and we are gonna go second. Alright, we got Jirachi, that's definitely gonna go in the active, and Oricorio in the bench. Alright, so we are fighting against Pikachu and Zekrom deck. We do have the upper hand because we are fighting. They're gonna have our opponent has Bolton V set up on their bench. So let's see how quickly we can set up, and after evolving actually into Donphan, we can just one-hit KO the Pikachu Zekrom tag team. And there's our Phanpy. Let's Stellar Wish first before we do anything. And I think the best option here is Energy Spinner, because it is our first turn going second. We can get 3 energy off of this Energy Spinner, so we can get our metal energies and fighting energy, so we can use this quick ball and get ourselves a Steelix V. So again, that's going to be our tank, because our Donphans actually will not be able to take any hits from Pikachu and Zekrom tag team, because it will do 150 damage. That's just enough to knock out our Donphans. So having Steelix V set up can tank a few hits while we set up for Donphan and be able to hit hard against this lightning deck. Alright, so our opponent also has Ampharos, and that's actually one of the things that we gotta watch out for, because if since we are specializing in damage counters, we actually need to watch out, because if we don't have a Mew, they could use that to do splash damage and knock out a lot of our Pokemons at the same time. So for the meantime, let's use Jirachi, and we're gonna use Bird Keeper. That way we can reserve these energy and actually switch out Steelix V into the active, so we can start attacking. But for the meantime, let's use Quick Ball, get rid of Marnie, and we can set up a Pineco just in case, and we're just gonna use Raging Hammer. So we are doing 40 because of the Martial Arts Dojo, so that's really good, and that could increase our attack to plus 40 damage if we become behind in prizes. So I think the best thing for opponent really is to set up really quickly, and if they have boss's orders, that will be the best option for them, so that they can at least gust up the ones that they're weak against. So Phanpy, our Donphans, that will be the best option for them. They do hammer us, and we lose that metal energy, but good thing we still have another one. And there's the boss's order. But will they target our Phanpy? That's the question. No, they don't. So with 150, we can be doing 180 damage against this Pikachu and Zekrom or any of their Pokemon. So, but with that attack, they are energizing their Bolton. There's our Donphan, so we'll just evolve Phanpy and attach an energy, and we're just gonna use Professor's Research. I'm hoping for a switch. There it is, and I'm just gonna switch out so that we can one-hit KO this Pikachu and Zekrom. Oh wait, no, I forgot they have the Big Charm. Okay, I was thinking too fast there. I should have paused and thought about it. But anyways, they will be getting 2 prize cards off of our Steelix V this time around, because they will be able to knock it out. Okay, so there goes our tank, and they've already energized their Ampharos. So again, we gotta watch out for that, because it will do bench damage, especially a lot of our Pokemon. A lot of our Pokemon already has damage counters on them. So let's just attach this memory capsule on Donphan, and we're gonna use Oricorio's ability. Let's put Twin Energy, and I think I'm just gonna Marnie, because there's not a lot of stuff or options we can do with the the cards on our hand. We get another Jirachi. Okay, a Mew. A Mew is good. So I think we can set up the Mew. That way, you know, we can prevent the damage taken from Ampharos. So I think it would be wise to set up another Phanpy Donphan line, and we're just gonna knock out this Pikachu and Zekrom with the 10 damage coming from Pineco. So we were short 1 damage counter off of that one from our last turn, but Pineco did his job. They will be able to knock it out this turn using their Ampharos B. But at least we are protected by Mew, so our other Pokemon is not gonna get hurt by that the bench damage. Okay, they do crushing hammers, but they were unsuccessful, and they are gonna Professor's Research. So let's see if they decide to attack, which I'm pretty sure they will. Okay, good. They're not successful. That crushing hammer. I think they only have 1 more left. So they do knock out our Pineco. I think I'll just promote Jirachi for now, so we can use its Stellar Wish. We got another energy. I think we can start energizing our Phanpy, and we're just gonna use Dance of Tribute because one of our Pokemon was knocked out, and we can evolve this into Donphan now. All right, so we're pretty good to go. We're almost good to go. We're just gonna use Jirachi and get Cynthia and Caitlin. That's good for getting new cards and recycling our old support. So we're just gonna use Bird Keeper to switch into Donphan, and yeah, let's use Ordinary Rod first, so we can get our Pineco and Steelix back into the deck, and 2 Metal Energies. Yep. And we're just gonna Earthquake to knock out this Ampharos for 260. And while we do that, again, we're building up the attack power of the other Donphan. But we only need 1 more prize card, so I think we got this game already. And that's the thing. We are hitting for weakness, so we do have the upper hand. And that's what I mean with Mew. Mew gets hit, and for just 3 turns, we can knock out our own Pokemon. So we just gotta watch out for that. But at least we can control when it's gonna get knocked out. And yeah, we could just let's just do this, and then we could just knock out this this Bolton, and for the win. Yeah. Donphan is a phenomenal card, and having Steelix V to complement it really takes this deck to the next level. I think this is a really solid deck and is very consistent, and I really had fun composing this deck. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to click that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please consider subscribing to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Joseph, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.